Irene, this is for Yael.
Okay, cool.
Video.
Hey, it's a video. I have to go to
And from testing what query. Okay, hey boss, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
You good?
Very good.
Okay, the name, the position, and
Shaka, Farid, Luanyaga, I don't know whichever, like all my name, yeah.
briefly take us through what we on today, tonight, and
So this is the Shebang Fashion Show. It's a show that's been going for 3 years. We celebrate it for 3 years. I don't mean it's ending today. We celebrate it every 28th May, the International Menstrual Hygiene Day. We're using fashion to communicate issues that matter, with the shame and stigma around sexual reproductive health and rights. We try to be creative with it so that we can creatively start this conversation. Yeah, as a way to shred the shame and the stigma around it.
last time we were here, it was we were showcasing different attires and everything. How is it tonight?
So tonight the mix is like we're showcasing attires still to tell the story, but this time the focus is on the mental health effects of the stigma and shame around menstrual health, and how this mental health impacts from this shame impact people's productivity, especially menstruators.
So the designs are coming from where?
So it's a number of designers. And the other thing about this year is after the IPCC report on climate change that came out last month, I think, the final report, we decided to go circular. So everything showcased here is circular fashion as a way of showing how fashion can be part of reducing the global waste and contribute to us not reaching the 1.5 degrees Celsius. Yep.
For the 3 years we've been doing this and everything, is there any impact people can?
Yeah, and that's the beauty. That's why we still do it up today, because it's amazing how powerful fashion as a communication tool is. The number of for the first time, the first fashion show like 3 years ago, had never seen people having fun while talking about these shamed and gross topics around them. So the impact is crazy. Like, it's a very powerful tool. That's why we kept doing it, because it's crazy. I've done this for 6 years, working with menstrual health and sexual reproductive health. I've never seen a tool. I've created games, I've created puzzles. I've never seen a better conversation starter like this fashion show.
The most affected people in the Uganda or East Africa or in Africa are those people in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Have you gone far?
Yeah, actually, this fashion show comes from the ghetto. The whole organization comes from the street. We have a space called the Menstruation Station. It's a creative, fun space and safe space to have this conversation. And it's in Kisenyi, Chiguli zone. So the stories told by the collections and the clothes, it's actually bringing those stories from the ghetto or from below the margin on the front of finding solutions for issues that really matter to them.
How are the people in the ghetto are receiving this?
It's their stories, so there's an excitement and there's a door open for people understanding that, because most of the times experts come and professionals and we have solutions, we come to help you. And this alone reduces the impact of the work, but what this is the stories from the ghetto are the ones at the forefront of creating the solutions for them, because like Bob Marley says, who knows it feels it better. So the way they're receiving it is like the excitement of their stories being at the forefront.
On the lighter note, or in the layman's understanding, one will ask you as a Freda, how are you benefiting from doing all this?
Oh yeah, how I'm benefiting from doing this, it's interesting. Recently my wife said I just want to have some more fun. But like I'm doing this because I'm a Chisenyi boy. I come from the ghetto, I know what it means, and the reason I went back to university because I saw health as a lever contributing to people getting to another step. I think there's one journalist who made this statement a few years back, like, we are telling people who are not in charge of their bodies to be in charge of their wallets, because everyone concentrates about poverty and this, and people need money. But if people are in charge of their bodies, my background is in public health, and this was a section when I was doing my first degree in public health, and I realized sexual reproductive health and rights is a big lever to improving people's standards, and that's why I started doing this. And on top of that, as a man or as a human being, I know I've always had this great dream, because with my background, I know what it means to be below the margins and feeling like, oh yeah, I don't deserve some things, but you can't think of elevating the human race as the human race with leaving half of the human race who are menstruators. So that's what I'm doing this, and because my goal is to see how we increase productivity of young people from poor backgrounds, and half of those young people are menstruators. So my benefiting is like knowing that I'm part of making a difference and drafting a new way of life where everyone feels the worth something and they can lift themselves away from the position they're in.
Lastly, how far are we taking this?
Yo, the dream is huge. My goal is to, cause these conversations we're starting, the whole idea is to create a platform where exchange of knowledge is the biggest facilitator of solutions. And the goal is for this to go on as much as it can go on. And the dream is like maybe in 5 years it will become a fashion festival where it goes on the whole weekend.
Doing it alone, doesn't this affect you or go into your pockets? Like, as the government come out to see that you do it?
No one has come up, but doing it, that's the thing I don't really care about, because I'm in position to do it now because I have a very good job. I have a normal job. I don't only run this organization, but at some point maybe, and that's the goal, like start this, people realize what it is, and then they come on and we do it together. The whole idea, everything I do is to reach a part where I can give it away and I step aside and people do it for themselves. So if the government is interested, happy to have them come on board.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Mwali name Pola Mpola.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine, good.
What's your name?
My name is Msema Robert. I run a clothing brand called Msema Culture. We do contemporary art, futuristic designs, and avant-garde designs. Yeah.
Why are you here on this fashion show?
I'm here to pass the message through fashion, pass the message of mental health, sexual reproductive health, and issues concerning sustainable fashion.
What kind of fashion do you do?
I'm somebody who's versatile. We do contemporary, avant-garde, but we put in the ethics of sustainable fashion to see that we promote positive fashion, fashion that saves the environment and other issues like that.
Was fashion yene erina engeri gye attractingamu abantu okwagala Uganda oba just mukikola for fun?
It is. Fashion is a tool of art. You can use it to communicate anything that you want. So it attracts. So tourists can come, everyone can come. Fashion is just an art. It will attract everybody. Yeah, man.
How long have you been in fashion?
I've been in fashion since 2017. That's when I've been in fashion. Yeah.
Abantu bakuteko at least tumanye nti at least nawe onofuka legend eyo gye bujja n'ogamba waayo nalina kye yakola.
Yeah, bangi benkuteko era abalala nkyabakwata kuba Wellbeing Foundation station the founders of this fashion show. I do volunteer mbasomeseza bwerere naye ate wange ku workshop they pay some little money naye nga bwe kityo kitambula. Yeah.
Do you earn in fashion or just showing off?
No, I do. It's my business. Fashion is my business. It's what I do to earn a living. Yeah, I don't do it for showbiz. But the fashion is a profession. So it's a source of employment to so many people.
Since 2017, what have you got so far?
I've made friends. I've got to so many fashion shows. But the friends, they have helped me so much in my business. They support me. They get me so many connections. So the friends are enough for me. Yes.
Abantu abazalawo fashion abali abalina expired degrees oyinza bagamba ki?
Abantu abazalawo fashion just tebamanyi fashion. Oba okitegeera kiringa omuntu banalowooza nti okutunga kw'abakadde biki lubalaza like that, but fashion is beyond that. Oba okitegeera when you get into details kati ekyo kirina osomesa abantu nti fashion si kukima amazzi ku luzzi. Oba okitegeera kiringa n'atunda ennyaanya waliwo atundira ku mudaali ne ziri ku supermarket. So it depends on how you brand your business and how you manage your business. So but you can have a better brand in fashion, and I encourage many people to come through fashion and join the industry. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How
How
are
was
you?
the show?
It was fantastic.
Okay, the showcase and everything.
Yeah, it was beautiful. All the clothes, the shoes, the bags, I love them. Yeah.
How do you take the theme of it's climate change and it's menstrual? They are advocating for menstrual hygiene.
I think it's really important. You know, a lot of these themes are very intersectional and how climate change impacts women, how mental health is impacted by climate change, and just general accessibility of materials. So I really loved all the topics that were talked about tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm okay. How are you?
What's your name?
My name is Bobin. I've been based in Nairobi, but now I just came back home to start my brand here. Yeah.
So you're Ugandan.
Yeah, I'm Ugandan who has been based in Nairobi. Yeah.
Why this showcase you're shown here?
This showcase is all about mental health. My collection has been dubbed Omtego, and I'm trying to show people that most of the people are going through a lot. They are struggling with different problems, and they are trying so much to see that they can escape the trap. So they are just trapped in one area. Yeah.
But you know, Africans, they may think it's a satanic way.
Yeah. But now, to those who like do books, like it's good to read books so that we can understand more things and we stop like just assuming. Yeah, here in Africa we assume a lot, but we need to make research about things. It took me some good time like researching about it before even people think about it as a satanic thing. But now my collection just came out like the way I wanted it. Yeah.
But you only do like this, or you have other fashion?
Like I do many collections. It depends on the cause. Now, like the last cause I worked on, it was about clothes with protection. It was a collaboration with one artist from London and IGC. So we worked on it, and it was all about protecting mothers. Yeah, pregnant mothers. Yeah.
How do you see the future of fashion in Uganda?
It hurts. It hurts, but at least we are doing something.
Elaborate about hurting.
Like they do less visibility to people who have art here, and they push so much people who don't push art. They just push people who are using other brands in Uganda, but they forget to push art. We have indigenous underground artists. Now all the designers you've seen here, they are all good, creative, but they are given less visibility here in Uganda. But if we look out for these designers, they are the designers who showcase in Amsterdam, they are the designers who showcase in France, they are the designers who showcase worldwide. And the people you see here, they are not doing it that like the way we do it here.
Are you trying to say that outside Uganda, fashion in Uganda is more appreciated than?
It's more appreciated than we do, because now, like as in the time I spent in Kenya, I won an award. Like I started my fashion from that side. Because of my art, I managed to get an award from that side, and it's not easy to get it from a foreign land, but I managed to scoop it. Yeah.
Briefly in Uganda, amanyago lwaki oshokesinze kino kyokoze ffe tukirowooza nga ekiri ekya stan kuba Uganda obimanya ebintu
Amanya nze Bobin, mbadde based in Nairobi, ndi designer, costume designer, nkubyeko ku shows ez'enjawulo, nkozeeko showcasinzeko mu Amsterdam, Sao Tome Principe, Ghana and Nigeria and many more. But collection yange nagitumye omutego. Omutego in English to trap. We are trapped. Buli omu alina olutalo lwalwana okugezaako okufulumamu. Wali alwana nga ali depressed, wali alwana nga just ebintu bimucyankalanyeeko, then nga talina ngeri way out. But abantu beyeetoodde bonna tebasobola mutegeera, naye bwe mukolere wamu, bwe tupushinga this cause, bantu bangi bagenda bakyuka ne bayiga engeri gy'ohandolingamu abantu nti togamba mbu omuntu mulalu, just mutuukire omanye ki kyalowooza muli. Ayinza obba going through a lot. Abantu babeera mu depression. Now like me, I've been in depression for 2 years mu time ya corona. Nti twatuuka ngolooza ki ekiddako nga naye tomanyi kye ogenda kukola. Waka gwe tukola si fast selling, tutunda mu museum. Of course sometimes twatuuka time nga bonna basirise betuguzaawo akaabo nga tetukyalina we tujja kyakulya kati nga obeera mu depression, you have to feed your family naye nga you struggle so much. Yeah.
olowooza lwaki Uganda, like, okay, let me raise this question like this. Lwaki olowooza tulaba fashion ng'ekintu ekyokwejalabya ekyokuzanyisa, like tetukifaako nnyo?
Fashion tetumufaako, naye sijja kugamba nti tetumufaako. Abantu bamufaako, just nti tebakiteeka into practice. Abasinga bakiraba oli bwakusanga ng'oba kati ffe tulina engoye ze twambala ondoyita kukuba oli n'akulaba ng'omulalu, naye nga oli okulaba ng'omulalu tamanyi what's behind this, what you pushing. Ate we balaba Kanye West eri ebweru nga ye akoze ekintu ne bakuba ne bakoppa nnyo, naye ng'ate Kanye West yagenda obikola nga ffe twabikola dda, nga those are the things ffe ze tuliving, naye nga si kyangu. Abantu baffe teba appreciating mangu, ate abantu aba appreciating baina circles, they are creating circles ate kitu affecting, and of which their talents zoino okutunulako n'ogamba nti eno talent edino katugireete muno etukoera ekino, naye tuleeta ba design okuva Nigeria okuva wano tubawaana nnyo, tubawa visibility wano, naye ng'ate bwe tugenda ewaabwe eri naffe beewuunya ate neeka ng'ate visibility ntono nnyo.
Abantu abagala okuyingira fashion oyinza bagamba ki nga aludde mu kintu akinamu experience?
Kyenyiza bagamba basome ate babeere patient, like bagezeko okuba artistic. Tojja mu fashion because mbugwe mulimu oguliwo, jangu mu fashion nti nina kyendeta mu fashion, there's something nina art gwendeta mu fashion gwendi bupushing, but tokopa muntu nti nkola kino lwakuba gundi akikola, kyekisinza otu affecting.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I would like to get your number.